players and just talk to coaches about what their message has been over the last day or so?
Well, obviously it was a tough game yesterday. Nothing that we're happy about, and I'm not happy about my performance either. But we'll see what happens. But it's a coach's decision.
What was off, do you feel, for you last night?
What's that?
What was missing, do you think, from your game last night?
No, I mean, defensively, obviously, in for a lot of goals. Haven't happened a lot of offensively either. Don't feel like I'm moving my feet well. Not skating the way I can, so there's stuff to work on for sure.
Do you feel like you're pressing at all? I know you feel like that's where you get into troubles when you're pressing for the offense.
No, I don't think so. I don't think I've been pressing, but I haven't been able to find any offensive chances either, and that comes with me moving the feet, getting open, and being in the right spot. So I think that's what's missing.
How do you try to stay confident and positive when you're going through a stretch where you're trying to find your game?
No, it's just a matter of working on your game. Practices, games, whatever it is, go out there and work on the stuff that you need to work on, and work on stuff that you're good at, so you keep doing the good stuff out there.
What is it like dealing with this in a Canadian market? Maybe a bit of a different feel? Like
No, I don't. I mean, I don't listen too much to the noise from the outside, but obviously I put the most pressure on myself, and I need to be better.
What do you do to kind of combat that pressure? Because sometimes the pressure can be too much. Like, you don't grip the stick or anything like that. Like, you just
What's that?
focus on your positive. What do you do to combat the pressure? Like, if it gets too much on yourself, you just try to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't listen too much to the noise on the outside. I don't read any media. I don't.
But the pressure you put on yourself.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well. Yeah, I mean, that's something. Obviously, I think when I really have been struggling, I think it's when you're trying to do too much, and I told myself not to do that this time and just let the game come to me. But at the same time, I mean, I have to find ways to contribute out there, both with the puck and without the puck as well. So I think it comes down to moving my feet a lot more and being able to distribute the puck and be more involved.
Do the team results make it tougher? Like, if the team had a better record, is it easier, harder, less on you?
I mean, I don't know. It's always easier if you win, obviously.
What's your sense of the group? You know,
No.
through a tough time here. Like, what do you feel?
Yeah, no, I think it's been good. There's been, obviously the result hasn't been good, but I think there's some things that is positive, and I think the group is really positive too, so I'm not too worried about that.
Mitch, this team has been really good defensively the last couple of seasons here since Sheldon Keefe. What do you think has been missing in that regard early this year?
I just talked about it. We got to trust one another. We got to make sure we're just doing all the little details. We haven't been doing it to our likeliness, to our standards. So just about making sure we're doing that every single shift, and letting each other know that every single shift matters out on the ice.
The fact that you guys were so good in years past just give you confidence knowing that you've been there, that you can get back to that.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, we have a lot of confidence in this group. We've talked about it multiple times. So obviously we're not happy with our play at home. We know we have so much better to give and so much better to play with, and starts tomorrow night.
What do you do to make sure you pick up a guy who might be trying to find his game? John was just talking about kind of the pressure he puts on himself.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is eye-opening for some people when they come here, just with how much the city and how much, sorry to blame you guys, but you guys put on people. That's the aspect of coming here, though. That's why you love playing this market as well. It's because you get that responsibility, and you want that responsibility as a hockey player. So for us, just making sure, we know John's a great hockey player. We know he makes unbelievable plays, and he'll find his comfortableness in this city, on this team, and he hasn't done it yet, but we got a lot of confidence that he will, and it's just for us making sure that he knows that we're by his side. It's not a one-man game out there. It's 5 guys on the ice at all times. So, when mistakes happen, we got to be there for one another, help each other out, and that's something that we just haven't done a great job of so far.
How much do you think additional reps on the penalty kill and practice can help you guys get that jump started?
Hopefully a lot. We want to be obviously a lot better in that situation. We want to be a team that's very good on both special team units. So our kill hasn't done it yet this year, and we've had success in it before. And we just want to make sure all the new guys are really starting to get the system and how they feel comfortable in it. And it's just about talking out there to one another and trying to get pucks cleared and playing the right way.
What sort of difference do you think Jake McCabe can make if he's ready to return?
A lot, obviously. He's a big man out there. He likes to throw his body around, puts his body in front of a lot of shots, and does a lot of good things for us on special teams as well, penalty killing. So, he brings a lot to this team, and it's nice to see him back out there with us.
On that area.
I think we got to really simplify, but be aggressive. I think whenever you're going through things like this defensively and you're giving up a lot of goals, the tendency is to sit back and play safe, and I think safe is worse. So be aggressive, help each other out on the ice, trust where each other are, and help each other get the puck out of our zone and play a real simple, direct game.
What's the feel with McCabe in practice today? What sort of potential do you think for you two?
Yeah, no, I think obviously, when things aren't going well, things are going to change. But Kaver coming back in, he's obviously a guy who's solid, plays both ends of the ice really well. So just try and read off each other, simplify again, and get our game going here. We got to get our game going in the right direction here right away. And to do that, I think individually we all have to step it up. Starting with our decor.
What's your sense of how Klingberg's handling what can't be an easy kind of stretch here for him?
Yeah, I think, me and Klinger, it wasn't just Klinger last night, I think, myself included. Just had a rough night. We saw a lot of pucks going our net. Anytime that happens, you just got to get back to work the next day and figure out, I think sometimes it's little details. So we had a good practice today. He was working hard in practice today. I was trying to work hard in practice today and get our game back on track for the team. I think anytime stuff like that happens where you're on the ice for a lot, you feel like you let the team down. So you want to get right back into the game as soon as you can.
Sheldon talked about how the team is new. Can you chalk that up to maybe some of the growing pains on defensive, as a system? Or?
Yeah, I guess so. But I think for us, we're comfortable with each other now and all that. But I think now it's about just helping each other out and simplifying our game. With our system, the way our system's drawn up, you be aggressive. You can afford to make a mistake, and guys can be there and cover for each other. And I think that's what we have to get back to. We've proven we can do that through spurts and in the past, but we just got to get back to that for sure.
Sheldon, how do you feel like the new look you have on defense today might help stabilize things moving forward into tomorrow's game?
No, we'll see. We got lots of question marks on defense going into tomorrow, so that'll all get itself sorted out. A lot of it's hinging on Jake McCabe's availability. So we haven't decided anything final there. There's lots of options, including going 11-7 as an option too. So we'll sort through those things and make the decision tomorrow.
What have you missed with Jake McCabe out of the lineup?
I think just experience probably be the big thing, versatility, physicality, speed, all those kind of things. He's a veteran defenseman in the league. I don't think he was thrilled with how he was playing before he got injured. I think he can play better than that, and I think that he will. He's an important guy for us, and sometimes these types of setbacks, injury or otherwise, ends up helping guys, and I'm hoping when Jake gets back that'll be the case. He's worked hard through this time to sort of use the time productively, and he'll be a welcome addition if or when he returns.
What's your message to Klingberg coming off the last night's game?
Well, Mike Van Ryn's, he's spent a lot of time with John, and they've worked through things through training camp and preparation for the season, and through the season he stayed with them. So I've kind of let that be for a day like today, again, because there's so much up in the air as regards to tomorrow. There's not a lot of messaging there, but we'll get some of those things sorted out tomorrow.
Where does this have to start for the group as a whole defensively, Sheldon? Not just the defense score, but when 5 people are on the ice?
Well, it's different. Listen, we've given up lots of goals here in the last couple of games, especially. We've given up lots of goals all season, but in the last couple of games, to me, the puck's gone in the net a lot, But at the same time, I also look at it as two of our better games we've played all season. Finally, we have a third line that's been holding their head above water and carrying play. I think in terms of scoring chances at 5-on-5, both games have been in our favor. And that hasn't been the case throughout the season. So I look at things trending in a positive direction, yet we're making mistakes that, first of all, are ending up in our net. You know, goaltending has a say in that, and they got to help us there. That can help us. But, you know, I look at last night, you know, it's 1-1 game. We're starting the second period. Our best people are on the ice. We got a chance to control the game coming out of the intermission, and instead it goes the other way. Like, those are the kind of mistakes that are hurting us. You know, here right now, as opposed to early in the season, it was just, you know, we're giving up way too much, and defensively we were getting overwhelmed. I don't look at it the same in these most recent games, despite the fact that the numbers have been big against. I see things trending in the right direction. So, like, let's reinforce that while also staying really good and solid in the details and in key moments. Like the 2 goals we gave up in the second period, to me, are the game. I mean, everybody will focus on the 3 goals in the third period and how it kind of blows things open there, and it gets bad at that moment. But to me, you're on home ice and we give up control of the game. We're trailing 2-1, then we're trailing 3-2. That's because of our second period and how we manage those situations and allowing those goals to go in. Otherwise, you're on home ice, you get a chance to control the game, and then you can get a different result. You know, those are the kind of things that we're talking about here. But I don't want to take away from the fact that I see progress in a lot of areas since we rejigged our lines, and Domi in the middle, Robertson coming in. There's positive things happening here that we're going to continue to build upon.
Is there a key to being more connected defensively?
Well, it's again, I look at the last couple of games different than what we've had. I think we've been pretty connected defensively. Again, we're not giving up a lot. It's these key moments. Like yesterday, that goal to start the first or second period, we're on the ice too long. We're tired. We're back checking tired. Can't defend tired in the NHL. So it's just little things like that. When we're fresh and we're competing, like we're defending well. It's just these moments we got to do better. Today's practice, guys battled, competed. You know, maybe as hard as we have all season in practice today, especially for a practice coming off of a game night. That to me shows that the guys are well aware of what's going on and they want to fix it. But I see things trending in a positive direction. I think Lagesson and Benoit coming in, these guys have given us good minutes, and there's something for us to build upon there.
How difficult is it to keep spirits high, the guys, when you say you see progress, but yet the results aren't?
Yeah, and that's tough. Like that's tough. You know, it's when you're pulling the puck out of your net, it's hard, right? Like you feel like you got things good things going, and then we score first last night. You know, and then one goes in that I think, you know, Waller needs to have for us. Those are hard, but that's part of the game. You got to be able to deal with that. You're not going to be perfect every night. Goaltender is not going to be perfect every night. The defense is not going to be perfect. The power play, penalty kill, whatever it's going to be, but you can still win games if you've got a good process. You stay focused throughout the game. You stay alert. You play with intelligence and purpose and all these kind of things. To me, that's the next step for us. So like I said, I'm seeing progress in other areas. Or, you know, you go back to the video and you look at our underlying numbers, things are trending in a positive direction. I think, you know, in a lot of ways, especially with how the Domi group has given us a chance there now to have another line. You know, I think we're controlling play far better than we have been at any point in the season, and that's encouraging to me, despite the recent results and the number of goals and such that are going. And obviously, that is the next major focus for us is to clean that up and keep it out of our net. But the areas we've talked to our guys about improving upon in terms of shift-to-shift process and controlling play, that's trending in the right direction for us.
At this point, about your goalies right now?
Well, listen, I feel good about our goalies. Like Joseph Wall's played outstanding. He's won us games this year. He had a tough night last night. You know, Sammy's had some tough nights, but he's also had great nights, and he carried us through a lot of last season. You know, won a playoff series for us. Like, I've got lots of confidence in those guys, but they got to stay with it. You know, they got to keep working. And for Waller, I think it's a little different. He's growing and maturing into the league. For Sammy, he's played a lot in the league, but he's got to really find his game and his foundation. But you know, Waller has shown this year with his ability that he can do it, and Sammy, to me, also has shown it. So, you know, we got to just continue to focus on doing a job in front of them. Curtis Sanford and those guys will continue to work towards you know, their responsibilities.
How do you manage the deployment with those guys? Is it a feel, like, for when you're deciding between the two at this point? Yeah,
it is partially a feel, but I think, like I was alluding to, for Wall, for me, it's about mentally just washing it and get back to work. Like, he's shown that he can and has played very well. Samsonov, to me, is a little different. Samsonov, to me, has got to really work at his game. So the more time we can buy him to continue to practice, get his time in, more time to just really clear his head, I think that's beneficial to him. I look at both goalies a little bit differently right now. But the NHL schedule is somewhat relentless here, and you know, we're right back to it tomorrow. So Waller go tomorrow for the reasons that I just said. I think it's good for him to just go right back to it, and it buys us an additional day for Sammy to practice and prepare for Saturday.